Welcome to Augmented Technology Private Limited. Today I am excited to introduce our one of the product that is Win GW2M2 TCP. It's a 2-channel Modbus and 2-channel Ethernet TCP. Here we have the baseboard of the gateway. In this gateway, here we have the power supply part. For this power supply, we have provided the provision that is a positive and the negative, where we can provide up to 24 volt DC. And in this board, here we have the RS485 communication. Here we have the two RS485 for the Modbus. For this RS485, we have provided the configuration as a B for the negative, A for the positive. Here also we have the configuration P for the negative, A for the positive. So here we have the TCP. This is the RJ45 TCP. Here we have the 2 TCP mode. And in this board, here we have the reset buttons. Whenever we need to change the IP addresses on that time, here we have the reset button to get the IP for the default. And in this board, here we can connect the two slaves where we can get that data at the two mode. One is the normal mode and another one is the redundancy mode. In normal mode, the first slave data you will get in the first TCP, and the second slave data you will get in the second TCP. In redundancy mode, the first and second slave data you will get in the first TCP, and the first and second slave data you will get in the second TCP simultaneously. So in the next step, we will focus on the testing procedure, and please concentrate on the testing process. So here we get to know how to configure the 2M2 TCP board. So here I have connected with the two slaves. Here I have the slave 1 and here I have the slave 2. For this slave I have mentioned as the slave ID, that is a 6, and for this slave I have mentioned the slave ID as a 1. So here I have the 2M2 TCP gateway. So the first slave I have connected with in this Modbus, and the another slave I have connected in this Modbus. So for this Modbus data we will get in this TCP, and the second Modbus data we will get in this TCP, second TCP. So now I will connect with the PC. So now in the PC I have connected with the two Modbus TCP. So first, so this is my slave, that is a 178. This is the 178 IP. So I have connected this slave, so it's connected, and the another one, that is a so this is a first slave, that is a 177 IP. Okay, the both IPs are connected properly. This is the first mode, that is the normal operating mode. So here for this gateway we have the AP, that is a VTLB gateway. Okay, this is the AP Wi-Fi for the 2M2 TCP gateway. After connecting this Wi-Fi, we just open the IP address, that is the 192.168.4.1. After typing this IP, you will get the web interface for this 2M2 TCP gateway. In this we have the two modes. One is normal mode and another one is redundancy mode. And for this we have in the operating mode we get the operating modes, and this here you can set the baud rate of the slaves, and here you can set the slave IDs. Whatever the slave you have connected, according to that slave, for the particular slave ID you can set the slave ID that will be configured to the gateway. So now currently my board is in a normal mode. So now I have connected with the TCP properly. So whenever I operate the slave, I will get the according to the TCP data in the Modbus TCP. So this is my slave ID 1. Okay, I will operate this slave. So this slave is connected with the second Modbus. So that is a 178. So now I will hide the one thing. This is my slave ID, that is AI. So I will take the one reference 5 voltage. So I will hide the pin 1. So in the 178 IP, so I am getting for the mentioned register I am getting the data of the slave. So I will do with another channel. So see the mentioned register, I'm getting the data for the 178 IP. This is the slave ID 1. So here I have the slave ID 2. So this is slave ID 2, which I have mentioned the slave ID as a 6. This is the second slave. I have connected with the first Modbus of the 2M2 TCP gateway. So here I will upload this slave. So in this I will upload the DI part. So for the DI I need a 112 volt reference. So here I have taken the reference 12 volt, and here I have the DI1. So my DI1 is turned on, that means high. Okay, in a Modbus TCP for the 177 IP I am getting the value as a high for the mentioned register. So I will do with the another DI, so randomly DI. So see here I am getting the LED. 1 second. Here also for the DI the LED has high, and also in TCP for the IP 177 I am getting the value as a 1 for the mentioned register. So this is the normal mode. So in this we have the another mode, that is the redundancy mode. So now for the second mode, here I have connected the Wi-Fi. So here I got the web IP. In this already I already mentioned this is the operate mode. In this I need to change the operating mode, that is the redundancy mode. Okay, before that, so already mentioned I have the two slave. See for the slave 1 I have the mentioned the slave ID 1. For the second slave I have mentioned the slave ID, that is a 6. Okay, and the both slaves have operating with the default baud rate, that is the 9600. If the slave has the different baud rate, we can set the particular slave with the baud rate. Okay, so now slave IDs and operating mode. So now we will change the operating mode for the redundancy mode. So now I will apply the redundancy mode. After 3 seconds it will reboot. Okay, here the gateway will get reboot after the 3 seconds. So in the redundancy mode, here I have connected the two slaves. So here I have the two Modbus. For this two Modbus data, you will get the at the 178 IP, and also for this two Modbus data, you will get the 178 and 177 IP. For the each IP, you will get the two Modbus data at simultaneously. So now I will connect the Modbus data with the redundancy. So now we will get to know how to configure with the second mode, that is a redundancy mode. So here I have connected with the Wi-Fi for the gateway. So here I have connected with the Wi-Fi. So for after connecting the Wi-Fi, I have opened the IP, that is a 192.168.4.1. So in this operating mode, so I have the second mode, that is the redundancy mode. So in this redundancy mode, we will have the options, that is here I have connected with the two slaves. So for this two slave, we will get the data at the 1 TCP, and the same two slave data we will get the data at the another TCP at the time simultaneously. So if you connect the both TCP, in the both TCP you will get the both data. So now we will go through the PC. So in this PC, I have opened the Modbus pole. In Modbus pole, I have connected with the Modbus TCP. So the first two, that is I have connected with the IP, that is a 178. Okay, this is the 178 IP I have connected. This is the 177 IP. The below I have connected with the 177 IP. Okay, for the 178 IP I have the two slaves. Okay, this is the first slave and this is the second slave. Okay, and so now I will operate the one slave, and you will get the data at the both TCP. So now I'll do with the AI. So this is my first slave. So I will take the reference for the AI. I needed reference as a 5 volt. So this is the channel 1. I operated the channel 1. So for the channel 1, you are getting the data at the Modbus TCP for the mentioned register. In 178 IP also you are getting the data, and also 177 IP also you are getting the data at the simultaneously. For the 177 there is a port that is a 504. For the 178 there is a port that is a 502. So you are getting the data for the slave. Okay, I will upload with the another channel. for the same slave. See, for the 178 IP at the 50 port, 502 port, and at the mention register you are getting the data, and the same data you are getting the at the 177 IP, that is the second TCP IP. So this is the one slave you are getting the data. I have the another slave, so that is the slave ID 6. I have already shown in the web IP. So I will operate this slave. So now I have already tested with the AI. So now I will test with the DO. So I can operate the DO through the Modbus TCP. So here I need to change the function code. So now for the operating the DO, I need to change the function code as a 1. So I have changed the function code as a 1. So now in the 178 IP, okay, I can operate the DO. So for the mention register, this is the slave, have the DIDO AI. Okay, 3. So in this, the DO start from the register 4. So now I will operate the DO1. See, the relay has operated properly, DO1. So you can also see. So here the DO1 has operated properly. Now I will operate the DO2. See, the DO2 has operated properly. So you can do with the simultaneously with the another IP also. So now I will go with the 177 IP. So here I have the 177 IP. So I will change the function code as a 1. So now I will already you are getting the 2 DO as a high, because I have operated through the 178 IP. So I am getting the same data at the 177 IP. So now I will off that 2 DO through the 177 IP. So now I will off the DO. See, here the DO has turned off. So if I need to off on the another DO, so I will on the third DO. See, the third DO has operated properly. So you can do the simultaneously. If 2 slave have connected with the 2 Modbus, okay, you can operate the slave with the 178 IP also and 177 IP also with the simultaneously. There is no reductions. With the simultaneously you can operate the both slaves.